Oh my god, they did it. They did it! The thing I thought they'd never do! The thing I've missed most of all! They changed the goddamn OP! Yes! Thank you, Yu-Gi-Oh! Gods, for blessing us with a new opening! Don't get me wrong, I really liked the last one, but by the time you've heard an opening for like a year straight, you're kind of wanting a change. And that's what we got this week. And it is a great change. But first up, as always, welcome everyone to Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's. We are officially in Season 2. Are they calling it Season 2? I don't know. I don't check anything. I just make all this shit up as I go. But it is the start of a new arc. The Alien Invasion arc? I think? I don't know. It's weird. But essentially, this episode opens with Yugioh having another dream about the world, this time about to end, and the robot, and he summons the robot to save them. Now, something interesting I was thinking about was, the first dream was simply that Yugioh would, like, bring everyone into the new era of rush duels with him, which is what happened. So, does having a dream about the robot saving the world a premonition of where this arc is going? I mean, probably this is a shonen, so you know that's usually what these things do. But I think that's what they're trying to insinuate there. So, anyways, yeah, we then do your typical little thing where he's walking to school. Everyone's like, "Hey, remember the thing that happened like a week ago?" And we all watched it, and they don't take seasonal breaks, so they just like run the animators tired. Oh yeah, they did all that. And then we see that, why am I blanking on their names? Bronze and her brother are just back to normal. Everything is back to peacefulness in the town. And then we get the new OP, and this OP is awesome. I love the visuals. I love the way it shows off new cards. Was that a Baseball Utopia? I want Baseball Utopia. Yeah, like, it's a great new OP. It's a nice way to signify the change. It's one of those things where it's like common sense would dictate that they changed the OP after a year with the last one. They'd probably do it again, but you also know because it's a different studio and obviously different money is being allocated in different ways. You don't really know where it's going to go, but I am glad we get a new OP, and I am so glad it's got such a great song with it. Also, did you all notice the visuals kind of felt a little bit better this episode? Like, I don't know if it's because since the last couple episodes was just everyone standing there dueling, there was more time for, like, other people to start working on this episode, but I don't know why. Very, like, snappy, fast-paced, fun animation. It's why we come back to Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's every week. Yeah, but so anyways, then we see that, as to be expected, Luke's ego is out of control. He's making everyone address him as King Luke. He's annoying the crap out of everybody. He's wearing Dutch's sunglasses from Black Lagoon. And he's just like being Luke, being annoying. And so they're all like, we gotta do something. So they go to Tiger for help. And we get maybe the funniest line in the whole episode when Roman goes, "Please, make it painful." I love that. Oh god, I love these characters so much. But speaking of which, after that, we were introduced to a new character. Not a oddly sexy 11-year-old. Don't take that statement out of context. Not that. Instead, we get Swirly. Now, we don't know a lot about Swirly, and characters who say the same thing over and over again can get on my nerves. But until we learn more about him, Swirly is precious. He is life. We must protect him at all costs. Now, will it turn out he's a villain? I mean, 50-50 shot? Yeah, that's pretty common, but I like this kid. It's such a weirdly funny, kind of different visual. It just kind of immediately makes you want to know what this kid's deal is. Why is he dressed as a chameleon? Why is he in a color-changing costume? Why is he sound so much more timid? What's his backstory? What's he about? It's just clever little things like that. Like, just make someone look so weird and outlandish. And this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Everyone already looks weird and outlandish, but kid in a chameleon costume is not what I was expecting. And, you know, considering the last new main character who showed up in Season 2 was Soulburner, I'm just gonna say it, I already like this kid a million times more than I ever liked fucking Soulburner. So yeah. So yeah, the kid is here and he's fun and cute and adorable and again needs protection. But unfortunately his protection is already gone because Luke then immediately finds him and drags him into his nonsense. And he wants this kid to join the Rush Duel Club and pushes him to it. The kid doesn't really say anything. Luke just kind of takes him by the hand and sort of pushes him along, forces him to it. I sort of thought it would have been funny if at no point during this episode did the kid even remotely care about dueling. He was just like watching Luke and wondering what the hell was going on. But that's not what happened. It was like, no, he'd like to learn how to duel, but he's shy, and meeting the rest of the crew is going to fix that. But then, of course, naturally, they bring him to the club room, and we get the standard thing you see with, like, comedically shy characters, where the three of them kind of sort of get around him too much, and he freaks out, and he runs, and he gets the crown stuck, and then he runs into Yugioh, who, as we learn in this episode, is afraid of ladybugs. Which is a weird, random thing I never expected. Same with a kid in a chameleon costume. You know, that's a nice little thing, and what's kind of interesting to think about with that is that instead of, like, because the way the other three are introduced to Swirly is very generic. It's very much, they're just kind of there, and they're hyperactive, and they kind of just bring him into the adventure. But with Yugioh is kind of, like, in a state of, like, shyness and fear of his own. And so when Swirly walks up to him, it's because Yugioh isn't screaming at him or forcing something on him. He's just kind of there, and he just kind of helps him. And I like that. That makes his relationship with Yugioh immediately a little bit more unique than with the rest of the guys. And also, Yugioh doesn't like bell peppers. Is he afraid of bell peppers? I don't know what that is, but I dig it. So then Kaizo shows up to help Yugioh, but of course, naturally, Swirly has already done it. So Yugioh goes to take Swirly to where Otis's chamber is. I'm not sure why Yugioh just assumes that'll work, like to help Swirly get out of his shell, but he does. I mean, he saw the crown, but at the same time, it's kind of like he seems to be used to Luke doing insanity at this point. But yeah. So then Kaizo, while wandering around, runs into the other crew. I thought it was funny that Kaizo wanted to see Yugioh scared to embarrass him. That's a neat little line. Runs into the others, and the minute Roman shows up, my assumption is he's going to get all flirty with her. But he doesn't. I think that joke is done. Like, yeah, like, Kaizo's last several appearances in the show, because he kind of comes in and out, he's not done that. He's just kind of been Kaizo. Like, just kind of being silly in other ways. I fucking respect that. Like, they knew that the joke had been brought out several episodes, a little bit more than he had to if you listen to some people. So they're like, alright, let's kind of either rest it for a bit or not bring it back at all. They have other things to do with this character, which is a big deal, because a lot of these kind of comedic relief characters in multiple franchises, they'll just have the one joke forever, and that will be their one personality trait, and you're just stuck hearing it all the fucking time. But here it's like, nope, it's out, it's done. We're just moving on. That's some Rocky level shit. But no, that's a cute little thing. And then, of course, naturally, they go down to see Otis. Otis pops up, and Yugioh's like, duel him, Swirly! Duel him, kid who, for all we know, doesn't know the first thing about dueling, which he kind of doesn't. But essentially then, Otis agrees, and we essentially just get a sort of, these are the rules, this is how you rush duel. Typical, like, first season premiere duel. The kid beats Blue Eyes, which, you know, anyone who's played Real World Yu-Gi-Oh! For more than 5 minutes knows that isn't hard. I like the way he wins the duel. I like it's kind of different. I like that he uses a new card. I like that he kind of has to be walked through it instead of picking it up right away. The only thing is when the cat attacks Blue Eyes, I was always under the assumption if two monsters are at 0, they just blow each other up like any other tie. Was that just so we can get the better image of Wiz attacking? I don't know. But so anyways, the episode ends with the way that Tiger gets Luke back under control is it turned out when Luke was actually a shy kid himself, he made like a goofy comic, which he is now embarrassed of. She spread that throughout the school, which is going to get Luke back under control, which is a funny little different thing. Instead of what I assume would happen was you just see like Tiger grab Luke to beat him up or something. That was fun. And the episode ends with the guys wondering if the reason Luke kind of grabbed Swirly was because he could relate to a shy little kid. And that is cute, and that's adorable. Swirly will probably be a bad guy and probably kill a bunch of people. But for now, He is adorable. But what did you think? In the comment section below, give me your thoughts on this week's episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. And now, it is time for the TCG question week. Isn't it great? I have one prepared ahead of time. So yeah, ban list was yesterday. The fallout is actually pretty fucking nuts. My question to you, do you already kind of know what you want to play going into this new format? We'll probably bring it up a few more times, but what are your kind of preliminary thoughts? I don't really know what I want to do, because 2 double Iris and 1 more Skullcrobat doesn't really make Pendulums good, or at least enough better for me to consider bringing it to a tournament. There's still Heroes, which is what I've been kind of playing more or less, but I don't really know what I want to do. But it's kind of fun and exciting. But tell me that below. And as always, click to like, click to subscribe, and join me next week as we meet the first of the new bad guys. I hope he's Utopia Baseball Guy.